Okay. So in fact, in our first session last week, we basically were talking about the high level, what exactly we would discuss during these sessions as small list of topics. And then we are talking about the first question that anyone gets asked in an interview, which is say something about yourself. We did some practices and we are talking about I think it was about the star approach. No, that was in a different session. Okay, so we were talking about the elevator pitch and how to be prepared and everything. So, thing is, you can convert this, as I was telling you last week, right? In an interview, in any interview, it's not only for you, for freshers, campus interview, or internship, at any experience level, any level, right? Interviews, it all depends on the candidate. You can direct the interview, entire discussion in the way you want. It depends on all how you talk. The same question you can give the same answer also you can put it in multiple ways. In some ways, you let yourself be caught in a trap so that the interviewer gets advantage. He or she starts directing the discussion, and then you are at a disadvantage. The same questions, the same answers, you put it in a different way. You can direct it in a way that is convenient to you when you direct the discussion. The success of an interview or failure depends on who directs the interview and how you direct. Generally, the difference between Western countries and India, right, in interviews is it's a generic one. Or I'm not stereotyping it, but in more cases, more often than not, there are always exceptions on both the sides. But generally, in Western countries, the interviews are to find out what you know, because the question is not about what you don't know, and even if you do not know a few things, it's okay. I'm more interested in knowing what you know, so that I need you for a role. There are a few roles open. I am looking for good candidates. I do not want to miss the good candidates. So it's okay if you don't know certain things. I want to know what you know, or how you can learn whatever you don't know. I want to find. So the interviewer will probe you in such a way to understand where exactly we can make a match between the company, between the position and the candidate, so that we can take you. In India, but that is possible in Western countries because the number of candidates are very less. The populations are less, the number of candidates are less. In India, the population is high. The number of candidates for any position is huge. So it's a reverse. It's usually more like elimination, it's filtering out. So that means many times, not always, but many times, the interviews are more about finding or catching what you don't know. So even if you know quite a few things, if you do not know those important things that the position needs, then unfortunately you may not succeed or clear the interview. Also, see, interviewers don't walk into saying, "Let me find what this person does not know. Let me catch. See, I'm going to catch you. I want to prove myself smarter than you. So I will find different ways of trapping you to prove my aim is to prove that you don't know something." No, interviewers don't walk into. I even as an interviewer, I never walk into an interview situation like that. But when there are lots of candidates, and if your interviews are set up in such a way that many candidates are going to be interviewed together over a period of 1 day or 2 days, the stress on the interviewer is also too high. So human beings, right, we always find the easier way out. We are always looking for clues or opportunities where we want to prove our decisions right. And since anyway there are too many candidates coming for the interview, right, it's okay if I miss one or two candidates who may be good, because always there are more candidates. And always, right, the bias is more towards the early parts to eliminate the candidates, because in the if you're in the early parts like the mornings or the first days of the interviews, I'm not talking about many companies coming, each company on a different day, the same company doing for an entire day or for on multiple days. Then they say, you know what, this candidate looks good. Let me try to find better candidates. Human nature. Imagine you are buying a mobile phone. You all have researched and bought a mobile phone, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And my request is, if possible, please come on video because that way the interactive nature improves. Now, if possible, if it's okay for you, my recommendation is I would request you all to be on video because some of this interview preparation, quite a lot of this is on body language, and it is not only the exercises that we are going to do with the video on for this thing. Even when you are not doing an exercise, I can observe you on video and I can actually get some hint about your body language, so I can constantly see how you are behaving, how you are talking, how you are responding, your facial expressions and everything. I can straight away give you some feedbacks about, hey, always you are just looking very sad, can you put up a smile, or you're appearing very stiff, can you be a bit relaxed. So that's only possible, so that is the opportunity for you. So don't wait for the exercises, switch the videos on, and then you get whoever is having the videos on, you get the benefit. For example, I always see, for example, Shweta has her video on, so I give her quite a lot of feedback. So Adit has video on, so I can tell him straight away. But others, since I don't see you, I cannot give that feedback. So you lose something, right? So if possible, please switch the videos on. See now, generally in the early part of an interview, we always see when you bought a mobile phone, what do you think? You always look for the better options, and usually human nature is the moment you have made the purchase, you have paid the money, you got the phone, the next day a better model comes, maybe for the same price or lesser price or only for a slightly higher price. What do you think? Or you, I missed. We always do that with anything, right? Just give me a moment. Okay, good. So even it's true with any human being, and then in interviews, right? It's my experience. I always see some good candidate in the early parts of the interview. Then I think, hey, this candidate is good, but you know what? Anyway, there are lots of candidates. Let me see if I get better candidates. But the problem is practical things. When mass interviews are happening, internships or campus recruitment or any interview, we have to give the result immediately because the HR people will be sitting and they will ask, okay, what about this candidate? We cannot say, you know what, I will look at the other candidates and come back to this candidate. Sometimes we can, and I have done. I told them, you know what, this candidate looks good, but I want to just wait. The problem is, we cannot ask you to wait for the entire day and then reject you after your interview is over. Wait, because that brings hopes in you, your time and everything is involved, you're waiting, and then after some time we find say sorry, you are eliminated. That has happened actually for me a few times, even in experienced candidates. Now, when we were interviewing, I was at Trivandrum once for an interview. I was doing the managerial round. Many of my colleagues were doing the first round, technical round. I was doing the later rounds. Suddenly, one lady walked in. She came and she said, she angrily was speaking to one person. I have been waiting for a long time. Now they are saying I have to leave. I have not even been interviewed. I saw this. I called her. I asked what happened. She said, I have been waiting since morning. I've left a child at home and I've come for the interview. Now, after waiting for half a day, they are saying my case profile is not suitable. This is not. I said, okay, I saw her profile and I told her, you know what, we will interview you. But then usually the first round is technical and then comes managerial round. But the technical round, the interviewers are all very busy, very occupied. So you know what I told her? Told her, let me interview you for the managerial round first. First, I will do the managerial round, and then if I find that yours, because her experience was high, so for me, as you go higher in experience, technical things matter lesser than the attitude and everything. Of course, in a technical round also, they well, don't think technical round means they are looking at your answers. They ask you a technical question and they don't look at your attitude because you are sitting in front of them either in person or on video. They are looking at you. Imagine I ask you a question. I ask you, what is Nyquist rate, and then I observe your answer. But I don't only care whether your answer is right or wrong. I see how crisply you can give an answer, how you come to the answer directly, how you give the explanations, what's your body language, Are you appearing tense? Are you always thinking of something else? Though the answer is something important, how you give the answer, your body language, how you talk, we all are observing that during your technical answer. So don't think technical rounds are only technical. And as your experience level goes higher, the attitude and everything becomes even more important than they are in your early parts of your career for the interview. But your attitude and everything is always important. Early part of the career, the attitude you develop is very important. I keep telling people, when you are starting your career, be ready to clean the toilet or sweep the floor. Do not look at dignity of labor. Do not say, I don't like this task, I'm being asked to do documentation. After all, I'm giving a testing, simple testing job, it's only documentation. Be ready to clean the toilet or sweep the floor if you are asked to, at least in your first 5 years. That's when you're building up the base for your entire career, for your life. You're learning lots of important things. Giving up your ego, not looking at dignity of labor, not being prepared to take up anything. Just give me a moment. I will make a quick set of notes for myself. Okay. Okay. So the idea is, whenever you are doing the technical rounds, also your attitude is being always observed. So since for this particular candidate, she had a higher experience, more experience, I said, fine, I will look at her attitude. If her attitude is not good enough, why to waste time in technical round? Because technical round, more or less, it's not a problem, because at that level, you should be some moderately good in technical. You know what you do. So I did the interview. I found she was actually good. So I told her, just go for lunch, come back. We will have the other round. The first round we will have as the next round. And then I told our technical panel, in fact, I chose the most experienced, senior most person in the technical panel. I told him, you please take this candidate. Don't worry about the answers or something. Again, look at the attitude. Of course, technical, just find out what she has done, find out what she knows. If she does not know a few things, note it down. But more importantly, see where we can fit her, because her attitude is really good and I feel she's a good candidate. He interviewed her, he did that, and then he came back saying, yeah, certain areas she has not worked on, but there are quite a lot of areas where we can fit her. He gave some examples. I said, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to know where we can fit her. And she joined our team. She was there for till quite some time back. She was in the company. She was actually asked to be a lead for some of the activities. She was a team lead under me, and she was very good attitude and everything. It was very nice. So that is how we do interviews. Now, sometimes it does not work. You will be there, early candidate, you will be doing very nice, but then you don't get. So don't worry, does not mean you're bad. See, when you don't get some things, it does not always mean you are bad. There may be some people who are better, or it's just your luck. You are at the wrong place at the wrong time, or you're not at the right place at the right time. It's okay. So don't let that affect your confidence. So the thing is, in order to find out how good you are, you have to always be prepared. So this always being prepared is exactly what we can work on. We cannot work on when our number is called. Are you the first candidate on the first day of the interview?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I just need to leave now. There was an issue in my family. I just need to take care of
You should, no problem, no
So,
problem. Take care. Take care.
okay.
Yeah, we can connect. No problem. I will have the recording and I will share it with you all. Yeah, please, no problem. So, see, sometimes you can be prepared for certain situations, but you need not be. Okay. Do you have a control over your name? Your name starts with A, Adit. With double A, it's even worse, actually. So you will mostly be the first candidate anywhere. Especially in Tamil Nadu, we go by first names. Unlike in North India or even in Andhra, people go by surnames. In Tamil Nadu, we go by first names. So you have no control. My name starts with B. In school, college, I was always the first person to be called for anything, attendance wise, anywhere. You don't have a control. No problem. Do you have a control over that particular day, what mood the interviewer comes? Sometimes the interviewer will be in an angry mood because he had a problem at home, or he'll be feeling sad, or he just feels tired, sleepy. We can't, but we can actually prepare ourselves for quite a lot of situations which are common and be generically prepared. For example, as we discussed last week, I said there are many situations where, or in most interviews, some questions are common. Say something about yourself. Hey, what do you study? What's your favorite subject? What are your strengths, weaknesses? Again, as I said, the questions are not directly questions themselves. By asking, we discussed last week, right? When somebody says, say something about yourself, you don't have to parrot what is in your resume. You'll think resume is in front of the interviewer. Why does the interviewer ask? In the interviewers, I told you, 99% of the time they look at your profile for the first time when you're sitting in front of them. That's how interviews happen. So they want that time to just go through your resume quickly, but also not make you wait. But in addition, that's also a chance for you to create the right first impression. I was telling you to direct the conversation. Of course, you have to give the important points about yourself, which are also in your resume. Of course, you're not going to say everything is in the resume. Let me think of something that's not in my resume. No, but you have to prioritize what are your highlights. You have to talk about your highlights. Your resume talks about a lot of things. Your say something about yourself component should talk about the highlights from that resume, and maybe some things that you cannot add in the resume just like that, because resume also you have limited limited chance to talk about yourself, right? So talk about that. Maybe you have done something really great, maybe something you have taken the lead in a club in your college. You maybe have written one line about it, you can talk more about it. But preparing what interest, so capturing the interest, not boring the interviewer, capturing the attention and everything, make the interviewer raises or her head and say, hey, what is that, something. So you can set the tone in that first thing. Same, what are your strengths or weaknesses? They don't know you. They don't know if you're even saying the whole truth. You don't have to lie, but you don't have to be completely perfect when talking about strengths and weaknesses. You understand? So these are chances to keep observing what you become, and especially in campus interviews, you don't have multiple rounds. You have just one round where theoretically it will be a technical round, and in a technical round, technical questions are asked, but interviewers use the chance to also judge your attitude during that time. I think Vishali has raised a hand. And just a moment, Vishal, just a
Yes,
moment.
sir.
Yeah, only 1 second. So let's just close this alone. So any question that is asked in the interview, it's not just direct question. It's all an opportunity to observe you. Hey, it looks like a bad thing. It's a threat. It's a challenge. Actually, no. It's an opportunity. Rather than saying, "Ayo, he's asking me about my strength. What if he finds out it's not completely true, or I'm embellishing some things?" No. Hey, he asked me a technical question. Answer is right or wrong. Knife is straight. twice it's a sampling rate, it is twice the highest frequency in the signal, at least twice. What if I, no, 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 no. It's not just answer. There are a lot of things. So it's an opportunity for you. So in life, just like an interview, anything that comes to you that is thrown at you, don't look at it as, yo, one more thing I have to prepare, one more challenge, one more problem. There's also one more opportunity. Because believe me, opportunities are very difficult to get. You get only a few opportunities, not just in life, also in career and also in your interviews. Basically, you have to be prepared all the time. So it is possible to be prepared all the time. That's what I'm saying. Vishal, you want had some question?
Yes, sir. If you want to give introduction for 12 to 20 minutes, what can I include, sir? Can I include my participation and prize bonds in competition? Can I add that for my introduction, sir?
12 to 20 minutes. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
You will not get 12 to 20. You will not get 12 to 20 minutes. You will get 2 minutes maximum.
No, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. At some place they are asking me to give self introduction. Yes, it's about to 12 to 20, sir. Randomizely, I can take that about 15 minutes or 70 minutes, sir.
No, again, I did not understand. Probably there's a lot of disturbance behind you, the voice. But you said 12 to 20 minutes or 15 minutes of introduction or the overall interview time. Vishali, you were there? Did somebody else get a clarity what she was asking?
Sir, she was saying that at some place she was asked to give an interview, sorry, self-introduction for about 12 to 20 minutes. So, if she had to talk for about 15 minutes, can she include her participation and her certificates one in that 15
Okay.
minutes? That's
Okay. The question itself was given introduction for 12 to 20 minutes. This is not a usual interview situation because your entire interview will be only for 15 minutes or something. That's the ideal time for any campus interviews and all, right? Unless there are special circumstances, you will not have the entire interview for more than 15-20 minutes. So this is a special question where maybe for some occasion or for some topic or some reason they ask you to give 12 to 20 minutes. So in that case, do here a simple question. Try talking on any topic, including about yourself, for 10 minutes. After this session, get back to your places. Try talking about yourself for 10 minutes and come back and tell me. You can put on your WhatsApp group. You can tell me how difficult it is or how easy it is. It is difficult. It's
sir,
not
it
easy
is very difficult, I think, sir.
on any topic. Unless you're passionate about the topic, or you are an expert, or you know something about the topic, and all those things. Even then, so I'll tell you, instead of saying for 12 to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, what I can talk about, what are the things I should include in my talk, I told you a generic thing. First step in preparing a self introduction is sit by yourself alone, think of everything that you think is good about yourself, dump it, vomit it, dump it on a piece of paper, scribble down. Don't think whether it is relevant or not, correct or wrong, just dump it. Then you can also add some things that are not really good about yourself, a mix. And then you sort out these things. Rather, at the beginning, do not think of what you should talk. Talk about what you do not want to miss. Because if people have a little, very little attention span, so if, for example, okay, they gave me 2 minutes to talk about myself, but after first 10 seconds they will lose interest for whatever reason. So if that is those 10 or 20 seconds, that's the only time that the interviewer is giving attention to what I say and the rest of that is going to disappear. What do I not want to miss? Those things should come in your first to 20 seconds. And in 20 seconds, how much can you speak? One sentence, two sentences. Usually, I take it as a thumb rule. Every 10 seconds is one sentence. Shorter, you cannot make much value. Longer, you're not adding any value. Okay, 10 seconds roughly, plus or minus a few seconds. So, think of in 20 seconds, maybe maximum three sentences. So, think of your best points that you want to make the best impression with in those first three sentences. Then, in descending order, the next best like that. Imagine if it is 20, if it is 2 minutes, also it's 20. Even if it's 12 minutes, 20 minutes, like Vishali asked, 15 minutes, the attention span is very less. So, always things that you do not want the other person to miss, the things that you would really want the other person to know about you, the most important things, put it at the top. Then less. So after that, if suddenly they cut off, okay, fine. Now that I've read your resume, my thing is over. I want to get back into the questions. You still have not lost anything. You're given the most important points. If they cut you off abruptly in the middle, and sometimes, but the thing is, it's not easy to decide what is the most important things about you that you don't want you or the other person to miss. That is why I'm telling you to dump everything on a piece of paper. Go sit by yourself, dump everything on a piece of paper. Don't sort it. Just dump 20 points, 30 points, bullet points, 40 points. Talk about it and then sort it out. And there is, yeah, Tarun has raised your hand. Just give me a minute. There is one more thing. Thinking by yourself and writing is one part. Talking to others. Please note down in your notebooks. You can Google it. There's something called a Johari window. Johari. Johari window, basically it's four quadrants. You say it's a self-evaluation. What you know that you know, what others know about you. It's basically about what you know about yourself, what others know about yourself, what you don't know about yourself, what others know about yourself. There are certain things that you know about yourself. Great. For example, Tarun, you may think you are a very good runner, you are a very good sports person. You know it. There are certain things others know about you. They also know that you are a runner, but they also, uh, if there are some common things, for example, that people know about you. There are certain things that you don't know, but others know. Imagine, hey, Tarun, you are a good singer. You never realize because you don't sing regularly. But one or two occasions where you have sung beautifully, they would have listened. They said, but you don't think or you don't know that. But others know about you. So that's a blind spot for you. So now there's a good opportunity to know about yourself. And there are certain things others know, but sorry, you know, but others don't know. You know that you love writing poems, but you've not released the poems anywhere. So others don't know about it, but you know about it. And then there are certain things you also don't know, others also don't know. Question is, if nobody knows, how do I know? How do I know about it? So what is really why do you need to do this Johari window? Because not everything about you is known to you. There are many things that you're really good at, great opportunities that others know about you, you don't know. There are lots of improvement points. Hey, for example, take Vishnu or take Kavya, for example. Always, hey Kavya, you know what? Whenever you get into an uncomfortable situation, you get tense and you shout. No, I don't do that. No, you do. No, I'm always a soft person. I don't get tense. I don't shout. Many occasions I have seen you do that. You don't know. Now, imagine if this is true, you would have got a very good feedback, right? So, this is why this Johari window is very important. Of course, there's a fourth quadrant where you don't know, others don't know. Question is, how can you find? You don't know, so you cannot find. Others also don't know, so you cannot ask others. But there are ways how you can find out. For example, you can ask people 360-degree feedback. There are lots of things. You can put yourself into certain situations. uncomfortable situations, situations where imagine you think you're not good in public speaking, register yourself for a speech competition at your college. If you think you're not good in physical activities, register yourself for a marathon. Like that, put yourself into various situations. There are many ways to do it, but this is one example. So do this Johari window. That's one more way. Through that, you will go to talk to people. So through them, you know about your plus and minus, strengths and improvement. I'll not use the word weakness, but improvement points. You list down all these things, dump everything on a paper, and then try to sort it out. Come back with a in a descending order your best, what you want to talk. Best means not only good. You think you want to talk about your improvement negative, because when the question comes, what are your weaknesses or improvement areas? It's not about talking. I'm a lazy person. I get out of bed at 10 o'clock in the morning. No, it's about, sometimes I find it difficult to motivate myself to do things which I don't like or I don't care about. But weakness also, we will talk about in the next sessions, not today. Weakness, you can also talk in a way that's positive. Imagine, for me, one improvement area I've always seen is I'm too much of a perfectionist. Sometimes I don't start things unless everything is perfect, unless I get everything to do. But that's a weakness, because you will not every all the time you will not get things to start with. Not all the information available, especially in my role as a project manager. That's a big weakness. You cannot wait for every piece of information to come to start. But how do I present it as a strength? You know what? Your weakness, you should present it in a positive way, and also how it helps you improve, what you can do or what you're already doing to work on the weakness. In my case, hey, I am too much of a perfectionist. But you know what? Though this looks like a weakness or an improvement area, it has helped me many times. I see things that others don't see many times. Because I'm a perfectionist, I ask questions many times. I'm uncomfortable in getting into things unless there is clarity. Many times it's a problem because it delays me getting into things, but many other times it also helps me to look at angles that others don't see, and that has saved us a lot many times. I'm usually the devil's advocate. And what am I doing to work on it? I'm not trying to become less of a perfectionist. I'm trying to see how my weakness or how my attitude of being a perfectionist does not come in the way of work. How do I do it? I always give myself a deadline by which I will collect all the data, after which I will just start. And since I need more time to collect data compared to others, because I look for more data points, I always set my deadlines a little earlier than others so that I get that buffer. I also mark some things what I can live with, what I cannot live with, so that though I look for perfection, sometimes I have some areas where it's okay. So I have divided certain things into areas where perfection I should do, some areas where it is okay. So these are the things I do. So perfectionism, still I have that as an attitude, but I do not let that work against me. Generally, people call it as a weakness. Some people call it as a strength. Hey, it is a strength. Why do you call it as a weakness? I call it as a weakness because in the past and even now, sometimes, many times in the past, sometimes now, even, it delays me in doing things. So I constantly have to keep myself aware of this trait. That's why I call it as a weakness. But I'm doing these things to work on it so that it does not become a blocker. Now you understand how to talk about a weakness. So when you are listing, say something about yourself, you will do the strength, weakness also. Note down the next point on your notebook. SWOT, SWOT. We will do that in the next sessions. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. It's also a four quadrant. Google it. So strength. How do you find strength and weakness? By yourself. You know certain things. Do the Johari window. Talk to others. Talk to your parents. Talk to your brothers and sisters. Talk to your close friends. Talk to your professors. Talk to your seniors. Talk to your juniors with whom you work, because they can give you simple. Tell them, hey, you know what? I'm preparing for interview.
So strength,
Yes,
weakness, opportunity, and
threat,
what's next?
threat,
Like there is
threat,
threat. Oh, okay.
threat,
Thank
threat.
you.
I think Tarun, you raised your hand, right? Just give me
Sir,
2 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, you can
okay, okay, sir.
ask now. Sorry. Yeah.
Sir, you said we have to frame important points and make the first 20 seconds count in an interview, sir. But the what whichever is important depends on the person, right, sir? I may feel these points are important, and the other person may feel different. So,
Beautiful.
is there a standard form so that I can make it more important like that?
The answer is no. It's a beautiful question. It's a very relevant question, and it's always a question that everyone, even I, have it all the time. But the answer is no. What works for you may work differently for Ilangovan, maybe works different for Vishali or Kavya or Adit, Vishnu for it, it's different. Or for Shweta, it's different. You have to, that's why I say constantly by practice. How you can find out, at least to some extent, you prepare that, you practice, you review it. You review it. You prepare, you dump all these points by yourself, talking to others, you dump all the points, you sort it what you think is important, you review it. You talk about this for 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You can talk about it with your professors, with your friends, and everyone, and say, "Hey, how is it?" Then they'll say, "Hey, you know what, Tarun? Actually, you are talking more about being a poet at the beginning, but talk about being a scientifically minded person at the beginning, because in all my interactions with you, I've seen that is coming out more. So talk about that more." So practice. This is where practice comes. You really don't know what is interesting for the other person, but you can simulate it. That's why practice comes. Preparation. Once you prepare this, say something about yourself, practice it. In these sessions with us, we can actually, I can help you with, but I don't know you much. So the people who can better help you are people with whom you work every day with, your friends, classmates, within yourselves. That's why I said this mock interviews, we will do it among your this particular group. Some of you know each other, and then they can say, "Hey, you know what you talked as a 10th sentence, put it to the front, because that is what you are more than what you said about yourself earlier in the first 2 or 3 sentences." Understood? So this is basically the thing about how you prepare certain questions. So what I would say is an assignment for all of you, two assignments. Last week, I think I gave you an assignment, same thing about say something about yourself, right? You please do that, dump all the things, but this week you have got an extra tool how to do it. So now fine tune it. Make a Johari window. First, Google Johari window, fill the Johari window. Things I know about myself, things others know about myself, things things others also know, then things I know but others don't know, things others know but I don't know, and then things neither knows, nor the others nor me, neither the others nor me knows. Okay, nor nor I know. So no, this is how you can make this. So Google Johari window, understand it, internalize it, means really understand that one. Make, fill the Johari window. Second, make a SWOT analysis. Google it. Google what is SWOT analysis. Right? You forget opportunity and threat. You can leave it blank for now. O and T, leave it blank. S and W, strength and weakness, write it down. Just a moment. Segment. Tune self. And once you have understood SWOT, also filling only S and W, you fine tune your say something about yourself, and in the next session we can practice it. And if the next session is going to be immediately tomorrow, day after tomorrow, then we will not do that because you need time. Let us say latest by this Thursday, you prepare it, and any session we have on or after Thursday, we will start practicing it. So 4 days are enough for you because you have your holidays now. That's first thing. Second thing, can we meet even earlier? Even I don't mind. I told you, if I were you, laddu mother in the opportunity, I will not miss. I will say, sir, can we have every day 2 hours? Can we have 2 sessions like that? But I know you want to enjoy your holidays. But as I told you, it's important. These sessions, if they are closer, it's much useful because your learnings, you don't lose it. You also can practice, implement your learnings and fine tune them if the sessions are closer than when they are far apart. So let me know on the WhatsApp group when we can have a next session. But whenever we have the next session, Thursday onwards, we can start practicing this self introduction. Part of that, it's a different question they will ask. Talk about your strengths and weaknesses. We can talk about the strengths and weaknesses. We can do practice so that you can fine tune because your campus interviews are going to start. Your internships probably are already going on. Internship nursing. Okay. Any other questions you have? Maybe 10 more minutes we can take. If it's okay, I'll stop here.
Sir, I have another question, sir.
Hmm.
I spoke with my brother, sir. He got placed in last year, sir. He said that in the interviews, the questions were based on his previous answer. What he was answering from that, a question was
Stop. Stop.
obtained, and it was us.
Stop. Stop. Now, do you connect this with what I just said a little earlier? Directing the interview?
Yes,
This
sir.
is what I said.
So however we structure our speech, that way our interview would be.
That's common sense. You think interviewers drop from heaven? No, interviewers are people like us. We're also human beings. I'll tell you, you think it's tough preparing for an interview. It's even tougher for us to interview people. It's not a joke. And we have even more responsibility towards you, the candidate, and towards the organization. If we make a wrong choice, if you pick a candidate who may not be suitable in terms of technical capability or in terms of attitude, the organization loses. But even worse, the organization loses when we miss a really good candidate. You take one or two not so suitable candidates, it's only bad. When you miss a candidate who is really very good, that's even worse. So we have even more responsibility. And unlike you, we don't have a chance to prepare or rehearse, practice. We don't have a chance. I told you, 99% of the time we look at your profile first time when you're sitting in front of us already. That is why we have this techniques of start saying something about yourself. So smartly, we don't want to embarrass ourselves. So when you are talking, we are looking at this thing as if we know everything already. The truth is we don't know anything. We are just looking at the candidate profile. Of course, that's not completely true. We are evaluating you, we are looking at you. More than the exact words you are speaking, we are looking at your body language. Understood? Now, now you believe, right? Your brother said that's it. So now do you believe you have the power, the golden opportunity to direct the interview in whichever way you want? The questions are all the same, even the answers. What is your strength? Whichever way the answer is the same. Even your strength and weakness may be the same. You can pick and choose. Sometimes I say perfectionism is my strength. But if I say perfection is my strength, the interviewer will ask, but then perfectionist means you will never start things on time. True. So I have to say how I manage. If I say perfection is my weakness, the interviewer will say, no, no, that's a strength. We need people. But then the other question will be, no, you know that perfectionism is a weakness. Then others will suffer. Your team members will suffer because of you. How do you work against it or work through it? So the questions and answers are all the same. How you put it is how you direct the interview in your favor or against you. So this is what, and not only interviews, this is a life lesson, career lesson. Every single thing that happens in your career, in your life, is depending on how you do it. It's on you. Because the presented situation is always the same. The solutions also mostly they are the same. Mostly. How is your attitude that changes? It is your approach that changes. So everyone is given the same set of questions and answers. It's already there. It's not rocket science. The variable, that's all, they're all constants. The variable here is you. How you prepare, how much you are prepared, how you practice, rehearse, how much you strengthen your mental fortitude. That is what defines how successful you are in your career and life. You can start practicing it for your interviews already. It's a very good preparation ground for your life and career. Don't you believe that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any other questions? Any other questions or comments? I know some people have been very quiet. I know Vishnu, Vilango, and even Adit, you're on video, you're quiet. Vishali is not even on video. Kavya was on and off in the videos. Questions? Come on. See, before every session you have with me, write down the questions, come ask me. Otherwise, I love talking and I love keeping on talking. I will not give you a chance to open your mouth.
Sorry, sir. We are in outstation, sir. So only I could not able to able to ask
Bad,
questions, sir. Thank
very bad answer.
you.
Because if you're
Yeah,
really
okay,
serious
sorry.
about your career, you should not give an answer.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Okay, it's
sir.
okay. I
Sorry. Next time.
understand. No, it's understand. It's
Yeah,
okay.
okay,
I
okay.
understand. I respect that. It's all good. But always be prepared. See, it's an attitude,
Correct.
as I told you, right? You can never be 100% ready, but you can always be close to 100% ready in
Yeah,
every
okay.
thing that you do, right? Be prepared.
Yeah,
It's perfectly, it's okay. It's okay to be afraid,
Uh,
but it's not okay
so,
to not be prepared. Yeah.
sir, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Actually, okay, sir. Actually, I have no doubts regarding this. Until I research further or go about like in Johari windows, I need to investigate, and if doubt arises, I will ask in next
Shoot,
session.
two things you can do. One is on the WhatsApp group, you can put a question so everyone gets the answer. It benefits everyone. Second, if you think typing is difficult, leave a voice note on WhatsApp. You can leave a voice message. Even more you need, you can call me.
Mm,
Yeah, we can
thanks.
fix a time and we can speak. Not a problem.
Mm,
But don't do too much research on this. This is Johari window. This is SWOT
I
analysis.
mean,
Just
understood.
understand some tips how to do it. Just go talk to people. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
See,
Okay, sir.
perfectionism. Don't wait for the perfect Johari window to be filled. Don't wait for the perfect SWOT window to be filled. Always, perfectionism can wait. Do. Action is more important. Do version 1. Version 1 can be stupid, funny, crazy, anything. Do version 2. Version 2 will always be better than version 1. Do version 3. You may have version infinity, version 1000 also. That doesn't matter. The first version, second version, they're all very important. Do that first.
Okay, sir.
Yeah? Good. Thanks a lot.
Good, sir.
Guys, really
yeah,
appreciate.
sir.
Again, have a wonderful year ahead. Happy Pongal to everyone. Pongal
Thank you, sir.
holidays. And we will meet in the next session, but you know what to do by the next session. But when the next session is going to be, my request is put on the WhatsApp group. You want it tomorrow
Sure,
itself,
sir.
I'm happy. Every day you want, I'm happy. Twice a day you want, I'm happy. Please let me know on the group.